Hi, this is Mr. Capert. In this video, I'm going to show you how to model practice part number 1. If you haven't already, you need to download OnShape and create an account. That's the first video. So if you haven't done that, you need to go back and do that first. So if you open up OnShape, it should come to the home here. If not, click on the home button. This plus down here creates a new document. So click on that. And then you're going to want to call this practice part number 1 and then put your name. It's really important you put your name, otherwise I'm not going to give you any credit at all. All right, now you'll be taken into this model space here. The first step will be to choose a plane to sketch on. With 3D modeling software, you always start with a 2D sketch and then you make it 3-dimensional by doing an extrusion. I like to use the front always plane, so choose the front plane, then do 2 fingers click at the same time, and then click view normal to. You can use your fingers to pan so that it's centered. Don't have to. And then we're going to draw out a cube or a square first, and then we'll make it a cube. So use this pencil tool here. I don't know if you guys can see that there. So if you click on the pencil, you'll get a list of a bunch of different tools. For this part, we'll use the corner rectangle tool, corner rectangle. So click on corner rectangle. And then what you're going to want to do is press and hold. So see how I'm holding in, and then I'm snapping to the origin. I'm going to let go, and then I'm going to drag outward. So notice I'm holding my finger on in order to drag it out. Don't worry about the size of it, just try to make it look like a square. The next step will be to actually dimension it correctly. So once again, the pencil tool up here, click on the pencil tool, and then if you see there's a thing that says dimension right there. It's got a double-headed arrow. So if you click on it and then click on the bottom of this square, that will give it its width. So notice it comes up with a generic dimension. If you click on it, then you can modify it. And so for this part, it should be 3/4 of an inch, which in decimal form is 0.75. Make sure you hit the green check mark, otherwise it won't carry out this command. All right, the next thing is we need to give this height. We've given it width, we have to give it height to fully dimension it. So the dimensioning tool should still be highlighted. If you don't see it up here highlighted, then you will have to, once again, you'll have to choose it. Now, I kind of accidentally touched my screen. If you have that happen, you can do 2-finger click and then do view normal to plane. If you didn't make that mistake, then don't worry about doing that. So I now need to do the height. So I'm going to press on one of the edges. So let's do the right edge. Once again, click on the generic dimension that comes up and change it to 0.75. All right, then check mark. If you make any mistakes, probably the easiest way for you guys will be to just hit the undo button and try again. So if you make any mistakes, just do that. So I'm done with my sketch, so I'm going to hit the check mark next to sketch down here. It's all good, fully dimensioned. And then I'm going to hit this sphere up here, and that makes it 3-dimensional. So if you hit the sphere, you're then going to choose extrude, which is up in the upper left here. And then make sure, sometimes it selects it and knows what to select, sometimes it doesn't. So make sure you click on what you want to extrude, which is that rectangle, or the square. See how it's highlighted? So that's all good. And then what I want to do, if it doesn't come up correctly, oh, it did come up good. You want to change the depth that it's going to extrude this to 3/4 of an inch, just like I have shown on the assignment. So 0.75. Remember, you got to always hit the check marks, otherwise it doesn't carry out the function. So check mark again on extrude to get it to do it. So Now you should have, you can see you can zoom in and out, and you can use one finger to orbit. So that looks pretty darn good. And then the pan is 2 fingers. So one finger will rotate it around. Zoom out. So now last step is to just color it in. If you go down to this part list down in the bottom here on the toolbar, hit the 3 dots and you can change the appearance, and then just click and drag to whatever color. I did blue in my example, so you don't have to do blue, but if you want it to look exactly like that, then do that. I'm gonna hit the check mark, and now this is all done. So what I want you to submit though is a screenshot of this, and this is why it's really important that you have your name and the part name, is when you do this screenshot, I can tell it's you that did it and not your friend. So remember, screenshot, you guys probably all know this power button and the whatever you call that button. I don't even know what you call that button. So see, I got a good screenshot. Make sure, see, it's got my name on there, and then that's what you're gonna end up submitting when you get the whole assignment done. All right, hope this helped you out. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all.